let's choose a starting note and an interval to write above that given note. How about starting on F? It can be in any clef you want. Most of us probably only know treble and bass clefs, but maybe you're comfortable with one of the C clefs and would rather use that. Okay, once you've written your F, let's pick an interval. How about a major sixth above the F? Let's make it a harmonic interval so you'll stack the other note right above the F, like you're going to play them together. Okay, the first thing we'll need to do is count 6-letter names up, starting in the original note F. F, G, A, B, C, D. That means the upper note will be some kind of D. Go ahead and write a D on the staff above the F. Now we'll verify if we need to add any sharps, flats, stuff like that to make it major, or if it's major as already written. Do you remember how many keys on the piano separate the two notes in a major sixth? Well, if you remember from lesson 5, there will be 8 non-played piano keys between the notes that make up a major sixth. That means you'll have to count up 9 half steps or 9 keys up from the F to whatever note is going to be the major sixth above it. Let's count now. Starting at the F, we'll go up each piano key. F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. That's 9. And if we are also playing the D at the same time, that leaves 8 non-played keys from F sharp to C sharp. So F to D is actually a major sixth already, and we don't need to add any accidentals to it. Now let's try writing one that goes down below the starting note. This may be a little trickier. Let's start on C, but since we know we need to write something below it, pick a higher C on the staff in whatever clef you're using. Okay, now that you've written the first note, let's choose an interval to write below it. Let's do something not perfect since we already tried a perfect interval. How about a diminished fifth? First, let's count letter names to know which letter names note to write below the C. So let's count backwards. C, B, A, G, F. So the note we'll need is some kind of F. Go ahead and write that now. Now, we've chosen to write a diminished fifth, so we should check if the F to C interval we have now is a diminished fifth. Do you think it is? No, it's not. It's a perfect fifth. The notes sound really nice together if you try them out on a keyboard or other instrument, and they're 7 half steps apart, leaving 6 unplayed piano keys between the two notes. What do you think we'll need to do to this F to make a diminished fifth? We can't change the C since that was a given note, so that's cheating. Well, a diminished fifth is 1 half step narrower than a perfect fifth. So we can narrow the distance between the two notes by 1 half step to create the diminished fifth. Since we can't move the top note, the C, what else can we do to make that happen? Yes, we can make the F an F sharp. Now let's check that what we have is a diminished fifth. As we learned in the past lesson, a nickname for this interval is a tritone. The distance between the keys is now 6 half steps, leaving 5 unplayed keys between the F sharp and the C. They're G, A flat, A, B flat, and B. If you have a keyboard nearby, you can also try them out and find that the notes clash really obviously, as tritones do. Now that we have this interval written, let's see what happens if we move the F sharp up 1 octave, so now it's above the C we started with. Try writing that new interval now. So now that C is on the bottom, what is the interval between it and our new higher F sharp? You could count out the interval itself, or you could just recall the fact that when we take a diminished fifth and invert it so the notes are in the opposite order, we'll have an augmented fourth. This is actually still a tritone, but it's just written differently now.